guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry I'm in my car. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm sorry about everything. I'm just in one of those moods. Like, I am honestly, this week I have had a crapper of a week. I feel like there's a car coming. A crapper of a week. So, you know, I'm gonna be one of those annoying people. I'm just like, oh, I'm going through some stuff and I'm just not gonna bother explaining. Basically, it's the reason why I have not been uploading. Oh my god, just everything, nothing is vibing, nothing is passing the vibe check today, and I am terribly sorry about that. Did want to talk to you guys about was Alicia Dougherty Dozen, because I saw this article that was actually put out on the Reddit thread. I saw this article and I will do a little voiceover. I'll read it to you, but they did actually mention Alicia Dougherty amongst other people, basically saying, you know, should foster kids be able to be used for content? Should they be monetized from? And I thought it was ultra interesting, so I just wanted to like read it to you guys and present it. I'll link the article down below. Now I'm starting to see over on TikTok there's this whole hullabaloo thing with this whole like 1 year of stability. Other people have started commenting on it, and I'll play you a TikTok that I found which basically like sums up what a lot of people's thoughts and feelings were on this whole thing. But yeah, so I'll play it to you right now.
Alicia Dougherty, you did not just say what you said in this video. This right here shows you the kind of mom Alicia Dougherty is.
School. Friday dinners are always pizza related, so I made pizza melts with salad and grapes. And we had cookie cake for dessert to honor 1 year of stability for
Why does she throw their bio parents under the bus like that? 1 year of stability for these children that aren't even your children? Really, Alicia? And y'all can say, oh, she didn't say it. It's on her channel. But y'all keep defending her.
Before I read this little article, there was also, so Alicia has gone away to New York with three of her kids. I do believe it's three of her younger kids. She basically says that all of the other kids couldn't come because it was like an age specific event. It was obviously, basically, whenever they go to New York, it's because they've either got sponsorships or they're doing work, etc, etc. And I know this just because of the past 2 times that they've been, they're doing events or they're going to go and meet their friends. Now, these friends have popped up so many times. It's that Diane lady, I'm pretty sure, and the other guy. And I remember, I think on the last time they went, there was always talk about them, like, you know, sneaky suspicions that they were going to get involved with some sort of a sponsorship deal or get their own like reality TV deal, because the people that she keeps on saying are like her very good friends, which she did actually do full names when they last went to New York. I believe it's like Diane something. I don't know. If I can find exactly what I said in one of those videos when they last went to New York, I'll play it to you right now. But upon further inspection, those people were in charge of like really big, you know, like TV shows and stuff, like is it Big House and I don't know, like American TV shows, and a few, you know, and quite well known as well. So then all of a sudden people were like, oh my gosh, are they going to be getting like a deal? Are they going to be getting their own reality TV? So once again, they're there meeting them friends, and I just have sneaky suspicions. I really do. I
packed them a bag of snacks for their carry-on. Once we landed in the city, we went to the New York Luncheonette for a second breakfast. And then Doc's Oyster Bar with some friends for lunch, where they got lobster fries, chicken tenders, sliders, and steak, and mango sorbet for dessert.
I think that because Alicia's views and stuff, like, views fluctuate so much, like my views fluctuate, everyone else's I watch views fluctuate, you know, they go up, they go down, they go up, down. But with Alicia, I have noticed is that she got ultra popular and then all of a sudden it's just fizzled down. I think that maybe to keep the money going, they might do something which kind of like the Radfords do, although the Radfords actually didn't have their own YouTube. I think the TV show came first with them, and that's the 22 Kids and Counting or whatever. But that will generate a lot of income, because Radfords are done through 22 Kids and Counting is done through Channel 5. And what I'm trying to say is that even if they stopped their socials, they'd still get a lot of money just from doing their TV show. So if I were Alicia and I was thinking about it from like a business money standpoint, and you don't care about sharing your kids' lives, which they obviously don't, then obviously you're going to go with the TV show. This is all just like speculation, sneaky suspicions, but if I remember rightly, these people that she keeps on meeting, if they are the same people in the picture, which I really am not sure anymore, if they're the same people, then maybe a reality TV show is in the pipeline. But I think I've been saying this for about a year now and it hasn't materialized, so I really don't know about that one.
Okay, so the name of this article is Should Foster and Adoptive Parents Be Allowed to Monetize Their Kids? Social media can be a quick way to fame and fortune for a select few, but what happens when influencers use foster and adoptive children as props for content? When cute videos of children trying on clothing go viral, it seems like innocuous fun, but those children might be exploited. A number of influencers are building empires off of content primarily focused on talking about how to foster and how to prepare for placements, and carefully curated affiliate links to items such as affordable baby clothes or pricier must-have expensive baby gear. Brittany Dawn is one such example, a lifestyle and fitness influencer with over 1 million TikTok followers, currently being sued by the state of Texas for allegedly conning her audience with bogus nutrition plans. Dawn has taken to creating popular content about becoming a foster parent, from viral Get Ready With Me videos showcasing steps to prepare for an emergency placement with a foster child, to editing a day in life videos to carefully avoid exposing possible identifying features. Influencers are getting more creative on how to showcase foster placements via content on social media like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. But this raises an ethical question. Is it okay for people, some with thousands or millions of social media followers, to use their foster children as monetizable content? Making money off of vulnerable children is not a new phenomenon, but at this moment there are no legal tools available to protect foster children from being exploited on social media. This is especially concerning for foster children who are subject to the desires and capabilities of a system that has long since neglected. Influencers like Dawn make money in a variety of ways, from sponsorships to bonuses per views allocated in-app to selling merchandise. Those with followings of about 200,000 can make an average of $5,000 for an Instagram post and $3,000 for a story. Jalen Baden, a TikToker, made about $1,000 per sponsored post while having just 20,000 followers. Sorry, I've got no idea who they are. Diana, a lifestyle influencer and aspiring actress, made over $500,000 in just brand sponsorships across both apps in 2021. Oh my gosh. While there are some brief social media guidelines suggested by Child Welfare, where foster parents are supposed to, at minimum, block identifying features with digital stickers, when foster parent influencers are posting several times a day, the margin for putting youth at risk is high. The Dougherty Dozen, 2 influencer parents and their brood of 14 foster and adopted kids, who has a brand, have millions of followers, recently posted a very controversial video using their adoptive children. Playing off the trend of calling items or people dupes, they posted a video of one child calling another sibling with a known struggle with fetal alcohol syndrome, Sid the Sloth. Yeah. This is exactly what everyone else was saying. That was such a horrible TikTok, honestly, the whole thing. With a channel of 5.8 million with over 289.6 million likes on TikTok, it's not just a matter of whether it's ethical to make money this way, it also possesses very serious safety concerns as well. Well-versed TikTok detectives have located where people work, what school they go to, what type of car they have, all from these little glimpses of individuals posting videos from their day-to-day life. In 2019, Michelle Hackney, who had over 250,000 views on her YouTube channel, Fantastic Adventures, was accused of physically abusing her 7 adopted children, making them take ice baths, wear diapers, and endure other vicious attacks if they didn't perform to her standards. The channel was demonetized once YouTube was made aware of the arrest, but it goes to show that some foster and adoptive parents can and will take advantage of vulnerable children for profit. Some children are forced to be featured on platforms from the second they enter the home. These minors are in precarious situations where they may feel obligated to perform in fear of losing their home and family. Foster youth and adopted children are already at greater risk of developing mental health issues than non-foster and adopted children. That is honestly heartbreaking. In addition to the risk of abuse, there is a concern for cyberbullying, content being reused by strangers for nefarious purposes, and confidentiality breaches of private, personal, and medical information. Protections for children in the entertainment industry are generally within the purview of state regulations, with some having robust rules to prevent exploitation and others having almost no protections at all. But influencers are clearly entertainers, just as social media is an entertainment business. Countries like France have begun to broaden their labour laws to include children under 16 working in the entertainment industry, including profit-generating video sharing platforms. Washington is the first US state to address the exploitation of children who appear in social media influencers' content. House Bill 162, if passed, would ensure kids who star in content will receive financial compensation, as well as the option to delete videos in which they feature, similar to the law in France. This is really interesting. I don't think in the UK we have the same law that France have. I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen of it. I mean, if anyone can correct me, but I'm pretty sure we don't yet, which is a massive, great big shame. But I'm glad that some countries are starting to take note of this. And this is definitely a really good move in the right direction, I should think. While Washington state is a good start, we urgently need federal legislation that will protect foster or adoptive children who are particularly vulnerable and marginalised population from being exploited on social media. And so I really appreciate this article. I didn't realise all of those dollar stats of all the different adverts. So this was written by Melissa Guida Richards, is that it? And this is the Daily Beast. I will link it down below. You can go give it a little read. Yeah, I just figured it's interesting because often we hear about people just talking about kids being exploited online, but nowadays you do have the big foster adopted, households, and I think that really does. I think it does get missed out quite a bit because people just assume, well, no one would do that to a kid they're taking in, because they don't obviously see the issue with using your kids for content, using them for money, gaining money from them online. And I really do think that it is a very sort of secret, not secret. It's a lesser talked about, isn't it? Really, when you're talking about the topic of exploiting children online, you have the exploitation of the foster adoption kids, which as this author did point out, they carry a lot more weight, they carry a lot more trauma. They can already, they're already at risk of developing serious mental health struggles. And we know that being in the limelight and being on social media all the time and always being camera ready does cause kids, we see it all the time, does cause kids to develop mental health struggles like anxiety and etc.
What did you guys think of that? What are your thoughts and feelings? I think that this whole I'm sort of on this very big basis. I think because Alicia, her kids, apart from the 2 kinship placements, will they get adopted fully? Will they not? I've got no idea. I don't really wish to know at this point. But I'm pretty sure that most of her kids are either biologically hers or they've been fully adopted. But I do get the idea of what they're trying to say. And I think when you have kids that have gone through really traumatic things, which we know a few of her kids have done, because she's told us these horrible stories of them when they were young and how they came into Alicia's care and things. I think that it's one thing sharing your kids' lives online. It's another thing when you're taking in kids and you're deciding to monetize off of their own story. I feel like this should be their own story to tell when they're old enough, once they've processed these things and they can actually do it. To me, a lot of Alicia's earlier content was her sort of monetizing off of the horrible things that some of her kids had to go through. That did come across like that. I mean, you have to look at Not Enough Nelsons, for instance. So Not Enough Nelsons, is her name Tiffany? I'm pretty sure it is. Tiffany from Not Enough Nelsons, she recently did a video where she was talking about her adopted kid's mum's death, and it was horrible. I'll link that video up here, but that whole thing was incredibly awkward, incredibly uncomfortable, and just a really not a nice thing to have to view, and then put your kids through that, getting them to be on camera and stuff, and it everyone just looked ultra uncomfortable. I think in that element, you've got to I think that using your kids solely for content and sharing their own stories is like I already said, one thing, but then actually sharing their past traumas in order for you to make money is just, it's the lowest of the low. And there are so many adoptive families out there now who do decide to go the route of, hey, this is how I cope as a adoptive mum or dad or whatever, and that in itself would be okay. But you know, to say your own experiences with how you are able to parent as an adoptive mum, dad, parent, whatever, but it's just another thing to them be using those same kids' trauma and stuff for views. And I think that is where a lot of people get it wrong, because obviously if you have like quite a large family and then you've taken in kids, you're obviously seen as this like amazing role model who is loving and nurturing and caring, and a lot of people will then click on that and want to subscribe to you because they think what you're doing is amazing. But I don't think it's amazing if you're then using those kids like kind of, you know, I don't like it. I think it's a lot worse than just standard family vlogging. And I think it's interesting that now there's been this article that is actually looking at it and going, something's not quite right there, because a lot of us have been saying it for quite a while, you know. And I'm sure, I'm not saying that Alicia is one of these people, but I'm sure that there are some, you know, horrible people out there that will look at, you know, adopting kids. I'm not saying that Alicia's like this, by the way. I'm just saying that there are a lot of people on this planet, like 8 billion or whatever, and you know, you can't tell me that some of those people will not look at an opportunity to get wealthy online by adopting kids and sharing their story. Like there's a lot of people in the world, and not all those people act with good intentions or in the way that would be morally okay. Does that make any sense? I'm not saying that Alicia's doing that. I'm just saying that as a general rule, there's a lot of different people in this world and not all of them are very nice. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.